as well. So we thank you. I know our team has worked so hard on this. Jay, the color to me is it drags you into the TV screen. It won't, it's deep and it's rich and it's dark, but as you said, there's something magical about it. It's playful.
You know, in this material, it's so unique, it's so different. Again, in 42 years of doing this, I first discovered this material, I first saw it 3 years ago. That's when the adventure started. We wanted to do something unique. We wanted to do something different. As far as I know, there is not a single other commercial vendor or anybody that has this material.
Right.
We got this from the get-go, day one. They showed us, like when I showed you that specimen, that's what we saw. They had one piece and they said, what do you think? I said, well, what do you mean, what do I think? And we didn't even know at that time, they said, we think it's apatite. They didn't even know. We had to go get it tested to even know what we even had. When it came back as apatite, I have to tell you, I mean, if you see in these, and it's got the teals, it's got the blues, it's got the green, that's all the natural color. This is a world launch. Nobody else has this material. As far as I know, we got every bit of it that came out of the ground. Wow. In fact, we didn't even get enough. That's why, like, when we have what we call the upsell items or the matching items that go with these, when they're gone, they're gone. I don't have material that I can do it and do reorders or anything like that. So we're going to have different items you can order to match, but I don't have any more material to work with on this. But if you look at, just think about the carat weight on this. This is I wish I could just reach through.
Yeah, I know.
And just hand this to you. I should have weighed it, but I'm not
There's a lot there, Jay.
Yeah, you would just think, you know, that after, you know, 42 years of doing this, that maybe one of these days I'd think about bringing a gram scale so I can wear this. But I will venture to say this is the largest apatite as far as carat weight necklace I've ever made.
Wow, it's a big
This statement. Is a humongous piece, and here again, the rarity of it. Okay, if you want something unique, you want something different. Apatite, here again, normally when you see apatite, up until about 7 years ago, you never saw apatite. I never got involved with it because the only time you ever saw it was small little pieces in gold. Right. They didn't even put it in silver. It was too expensive. The stones were too expensive that they didn't even do it in silver. You only saw it primarily in gold. And then as gold prices went up and everything, people started putting more things in silver. With me, you know, our biggest thing is we like to give the biggest bang for the buck. We're doing direct, right with the miners. We're not buying this from anybody else, but I will tell you what's going on in Madagascar, okay? They discovered apatite about 10 years ago. They've got tons, they got everything but diamonds. They're pulling things out that are just amazing. So what started happening, as soon as that started happening, all the mining money came in and started investing, the government came in and said, hey, look, you're not gonna, you can't export the rough anymore. Right. And there's so many countries that have done that. So for about the last, 4 years, it just kind of killed the business. They're just now allowing you to take the rough materials out, and but it's a struggle to even get it out of the country. We do everything fully, permanent, totally legal. I mean, but it's, if you could just see, how hard the people work, and these particular miners, my gosh, I mean, this is, okay, this isn't big equipment, okay? This is all
sold out.
Small equipment. This is all picks, shovels, pry bars. They don't even have jackhammers, okay? They have wheelbarrows. They dig down into the layer, they chase the vein, and they pull this out of the stopes and bring it up. And like I said, when we found this, we found it about 3 years ago is when we first saw the first piece. It took us 2 years to get it out of the ground. It took about another year to get it out of the country, get the permits, and then get it shipped to where we could cut it and work the material. So it's really unique, really different. If you're a person that likes to have those things that nobody else has, that nobody else has seen before, this is something you really, really might want to consider. I mean, I'm excited about it.
And everybody else, I mean, you can see the response on our phones. And just to tell you what is now left and what remains, we are about to hit 1,500 sold. We'll be at 2,000. I think we're going to put an 8 or a 9 minute clock on the screen. In fact, just 8 minutes. We're going to cut the presentation a little bit short just because at this stage, we're trying to at least get through the second hour, maybe some left for the morning shows. If you want the ring in sizes 5 through 12, we are now under 100 left in the ring. So if the ring is kind of catching your eye, last chance on that. Earrings sold out. They are on wait list. The bracelet's sold out. It is on wait list. You can ask about it. Obviously, the superstar is this necklace. It is big. It is bold. The carat weight, as Jay said, I mean, there's a lot here. And it's apatite. I mean, you could stop with the word apatite, Jay, and people are intrigued because we know how special apatite is. But to say that you've got teal apatite, okay, the ring's just sold out as well, so thank you so much for your calls there. So now, 3 down, 1 to go. I told you this would happen. Last chance, obviously, if you want our today's special and to be able to get that freedom of getting it instantly without being on wait list, to be able to wear it for the holiday season, try it in the comfort and luxury of your own home. Even if you just want to see it with your eyes, to wear it to see what your husband thinks or your friends think, you've got through January 31st of 2018. I just want you to make sure you get it before it's gone, because obviously it is a monster success. If you're buying lots of other items, you're going to pay $5 to ship your entire order. And then we'll go to the phones in a second. But Jay, there is something to be said about not seeing yourself coming and going, and then to know, as you joked about, that this is one of the top 10 colors from Pantone for the season.
Well, you know, what was so amazing is that it ended up to be one of the top 10 Pantone colors. We didn't really, I could say, oh yeah, we planned that, but this started 3 years ago. I didn't plan it, okay? I wish I had that power. I don't. But what makes it so unique and so different to me is that, you know, it's a new mind find. Okay, this is new. I have seen green apatite in my past. It's always more of a light green, almost like a peridot color, right? It's not like this dark. This is almost like it's a tealy. It's tealy. It's blue. It's almost like a kale color. And some of it is, you know, it's got that kind of like that kale green color to it. It's got numerous colors throughout it, but it's got a very unusual Pantone to it. Again, world launch. Nobody else has this material. I don't know of anybody else. This is not on the commercial market at all. And that's what really kind of, you know, drew us in when we first started talking to these people. And they've been our good friend for years and years and years. They go out and they search from the local miners and the local people. They search out these new deposits. But here again, we didn't even know how much material. We didn't know if we were going to have 100 pounds of material or if we were going to have 100,000 pounds of material. We didn't have 100,000 pounds of material, which is amazing because it was almost like this was meant to be. Number one, the color, the rarity of apatite. Now, you do find apatite throughout the world, but I guarantee you, usually you don't find really huge deposits. And this was a big deposit for apatite. But it's not like overwhelming. Right. And we pretty much got all the good, all of the good material that I think is going to come out of the deposit. We'd have to move a lot more dirt, and I don't know if that's going to happen. But just like the, if you think about it, the blue apatite that we did as the TS 2 years ago. Yeah. I can't even get that material anymore. You can't even get the rough. So, I mean, that's one of the things that's on my specimen, one of the specimens that's on my shelf right now that I'm doing, which is really funny because that's one of the ones that I put up there that there is no more rough right now as of this taping, this airing. That was the last of the last of it.
And that's part of the attraction, knowing that you've truly got something special, a real mind find. Let's go to New Jersey and say good evening to Joanne. Joanne, welcome to HSN. Joanne, you're live with Adam and also the amazing Jay King.
Hi, happy anniversary, Jay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm glad I waited up for this special because I purchased all 3 pieces.
Oh, cool. You got them.
The more earthy and natural something is, the better I love it.
Well, you know, that's what I love on this. This is the natural colors of this. I mean, there's no enhancement to it, no treatment.
Right, I'm sure. I'm just madly in love with it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
I own quite a few pieces of your turquoise, but I also purchased your Kaleidoscope Misty Tourmaline necklace.
Oh, cool.
So you can see why I love this so much.
Well, you know,
I just wish that you could come up with a matching earrings and bracelet to that necklace.
To the kaleidoscope?
Yes, I adore it.
I'll
And
work
this
on
I
it.
adore even more.
Okay. You know what? I'll tell you what I'll do. Honestly, Joanne, what I'll do, I'll make a note of it. And that's what I do. You saw my notebook. I have this notebook that I compile every year, and it's got scraps and pieces of paper and everything. And we go, as I'm designing and stuff, we go through that. The big thing is getting the material, you know, so, and then also being able to match back to it. So, but I'll try. I'll put it, I'll sincerely make an effort.
I really appreciate that. I really love all your stuff, Jay.
Well, thank you so much. And
Please keep on going.
Okay, and thank you so much for sharing that and calling in. That really means a lot to us. You have a great evening.
Thank you, Joanne.
Bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Yeah, I'm glad you stayed up.
If you've been shopping with Jay for years and years and you'd like to say hi to him, he's very friendly. He doesn't bite, as you can tell. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. 1-866-376-8255. We're here till 2 a.m. And one of the things I do want to share, even though we're bringing our today's special to an end, we have, I think, 3 big surprises in store. It's worth your while sticking around till 2 a.m. Fluff up the pillows, get another hot drink, maybe a hot chocolate, and we'll lock the doors and order pizza or Chinese food here, but we're going to have a good time tonight. Let's take one more call. Laura in California. Laura, you're live on HSN. Laura, meet Jay.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Adam. Happy anniversary, Jay.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to thank you for all the pieces of jewelry that you've brought to HSN and the wonderful stories that you share. Because of your stories, my husband jumps right in and listens along with me, and he ends up wanting me to buy the different necklaces that you've had.
The plan works.
We're both huge fans. Every time you come on, he already has the TV ready and waiting for me.
Oh, that is so
Watch
cool.
your show.
Well, that is so cool, and I'm glad you can share that. It's really, it's funny. Do you know that my wife buys off the show because if she really wants something, I'll come. Really, when I go home, they'll be delivering all these boxes, and she'll buy it, and I'll say, "Why are you doing that?" And she goes, "Because But I'm not going to give her everything she wants because I'm in the whole list. But I end up giving it to her anyway. But I'm glad you can share that together. That's very special. It's so unique. That is really cool. And thank you really from the bottom of my heart. And all the people. It's because of fans like you and people that enjoy our art that we're able to do what we do. So, that means a lot.
Well, thank you. I feel like I've traveled the world just by your stories, and thank you for sharing.
Oh,
and thank you for being part of HSN.
Yeah, it's really an honor, and it's really been an adventure. And 22 years, if you think about it. Like, the thing I can relate to is my daughter was 13 and my son was 11, and now they're having families of their own. I mean, so.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And just enjoy your evening together.
Thank you so much. We're having fun.
You're bringing families together, Jay. Look at that. That's phenomenal.
Well, that's kind of cool, that they can share that. I mean, it's just cool that, people get together and actually, have something in common, talk about things, and that they're unique.
But Jay, respectfully, and I say this as somebody that watches at home as well when you're on, we love to understand the story. It's not just another piece of jewelry. There's a meaning and a significance, and knowing where it comes from, the origin, how you found it, that adds so much value to it.
Well, that's why, I bring the specimens, I bring samples, so everybody understands, okay, it just doesn't magically appear, right? And if everybody could understand, if you could, just like even this necklace, oh my gosh, now that is a beautiful, or she's got there, that's a beautiful shot of this. Look at that, look at the size of this, and this is a substantial piece, okay? You think about all the gemstone material that you have here, and each one of these is going to be uniquely different in their own right. There's no two of these that can be totally identical. Isn't that wild? We're
going to tell you more in the next hour. We thank you. We're about to hit 2,000 sold. Enjoy it. Okay, so if anybody is getting drowsy, and I have been